Good morning and welcome to That's Racing. Gelding's not with me today. He's off to Flemington to watch the races live. So he's left me to host That's Racing and give you our four best tips for today's races. If you like the video, there's a provision for you to be able to like it, and we'd ask you to do that. It helps us. And also subscribe to the channel, and you'll not only see us talk about racing, but also all sorts of other sporting endeavours. Let's get on to the racing, though. At Flemington today, it's a 10-race card. The first race is at 12:05 p.m, the last at 5:30 p.m. The feature race is race 7, the All-Star Mile, a Group 1 over 1,600 metres worth $2.5 million. Only 7 starters today, though, so that's a bit unfortunate. Would have thought there'd be more horses entering for a Group 1 race like that. The track's a good 4. The rail is out 5 metres. Gelding lets me know that his 2 tips for today's races are in race 7, the All-Star Mile. He always has a bet in the main race. Mr. Brightside he likes in this one. Horse number 1 coming out of barrier 5. 42 starts for 19 wins and 13 placings. So 45% in the winners list and 76% placed. So that's very good for each way punters. Won $16.9 million in stakes money, so it's obviously a lot of very good races. There was a last start winner at Caulfield over 1,400 metres in the Futurity Stakes. That was 2 weeks ago. It's won at the track. It's won over the distance. Its only threat, I think, in the race, and Gelding thinks in the race, is another Will that beat Mr. Brightside in the Group 1 CF Stakes at the start of February. But Gelding thinks it'll reverse that form today. Currently showing $2.40 and $1.45. Craig Williams in the saddle and trained by the Hayes brothers, who are in superb form at the moment. 14% win rate over their career, but over the last 50 races, which is what we'd like to look at, 22% win rate. So you can't go past that. So race 7, horse 1, Mr. Brightside. His second selection is in the Group 2 CUNY Stakes over 1,600 metres. It's race number 8. He likes in this one horse number 1, Treasure the Moment. It's had 8 starts for 6 wins and 2 placings, 75% place rate. I like this, the 75% win rate, 100% place rate. I like that. $1.1 million won in stakes money. It's won 4 out of the last 4, so you can't complain about that. It's the form horse in the race. It was a last start winner at Caulfield 2 weeks ago in the Armanasco Stakes over 1,400 metres, and it won the Group 1 VRC Stakes at Flemington in November, so it's got very good form coming into this race. Damien Lane in the saddle. He's in career form, 14% over his career, but over the last 50, 22%. You can't go past that. And trained by Matt Laurie. Odds on dollars amount in this one, only paying $1.70, $1.14, but Gelding thinks it'll win. So here's 2 selections at Flemington today. Race 7, horse number 1, Mr. Brightside, and race 8, horse number 1, Treasure the Moment. Now let's look at my tips for today. I'm going a little bit earlier than Gelding. I'm going in race 4, the Shaftesbury Avenue Handicap. It's a Group 3 over 1,400 metres. In this race, I like horse number 6, Fancify, coming out of barrier 10. It's had 15 starts for 7 wins and 4 placings, so a 47% win rate, 73% place rate, very healthy ratings for win and place. It won an open race and a Group 3 in this campaign. It's also won the Hong Kong Jockey Club Stakes at Flemington in the spring and was second at Sandown in the Group 3 Balmain at the start of February. And it went on to run second in the Group 1 Oakley Plate, being ridden by Joe Bowditch and trained by Michael Hickmott, who's in career form, 15% win rate over his career, 20% over the last 50. So that's excellent. Good each way odds here, $4.20 and $1.70. So that's race 4, horse 6, Fancify. And let's have a look at race 6, the Australian Cup Prelude, an open race for 3-year-old horse and above over 2,000 metres. I like a horse that's returning to racing after a spell. Number 6, Young Werther, coming out of barrier 2. had 38 starts, only had the 5 wins, but I think this will be another win today, and 12 placings. So a 13% win rate, 45% place rate. Its last win was at Caulfield in August last year, when over the same distance it beat the favourite for today's race, Duke de Sessa, and it meets it on better weight scale in today's race. Damien Lane's in the saddle, and I've already spoken about his win rating. It's very good at the moment, 22% over the last 50. And Danny O'Brien training, very good each way odds because Young Worth is returning from a spell, $6.50 and $2.30. So hopefully that one will get up. So my two for Flemington today, race 4, horse 6, Fancify, and race 6, horse 6, Young Worth. Now let's turn to the Professor's Parlay. Last week, Via Sistina won, and Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Atlanta Hawks. So we've got 2 legs of that parlay up. We're awaiting the result overnight tonight of the Premier League for Liverpool to beat Southampton. So hopefully that one will get up. Today's parlay, Gelding likes, well, and I like the agreed bet of the day is at Randwick Group Racing, race 7, horse 1, Broadsiding, being ridden by James McDonald, who's got a 20% win rate at present time, and being trained by James Cummings. It's one of the Blue Army horses, so we can't go past that. Odds on at the moment, $1.55 and $1.04. So the Sydney Colt might not like us being on this one, but as we say, for the Professor's Parlay, the horse leg is the hardest leg, so we like to try and get that one up if we can. And let's parlay that into the Melbourne Storm to beat the Parramatta Eels. Melbourne Storm playing at home. They had a great season last year. They've been very good in the pre-season. Paul Daligan gave his 2025 NRL season preview last week, and he thinks that the Melbourne Storm will go very well. He's here finish in the top 4. He thinks Parramatta Eels will finish in the bottom 4, so that's good enough for me. So we're going for the Melbourne Storm to beat the Parramatta Eels. And why not use last week's selection? They play tonight. Liverpool, top of the Premier League, to beat Southampton, bottom of the Premier League. So the Professor's Parlay today, race 7, horse number 1, Broadsiding, into Melbourne Storm to beat the Parramatta Eels, into Liverpool to beat Southampton in the Premier League. So that's racing for today. And as I said at the start of the program, if you've liked the video, please press like. It helps us. And also subscribe to the channel. That way you'll always know when Sportsfan Radio are broadcasting sporting events. I'll talk to you again on